Sister-in-law wants me to pay for $30,000 for her wedding, doesn't want me involved. My brother Jack, 30M, and I lost our parents in a car accident 5 years ago. Since then, I've taken on the role of both sister and parent to him, helping him finish college and get on his feet. I've always been there for him, emotionally and financially. I don't resent this. I love my brother and want the best for him, but recent events have left me feeling used and undervalued. 2 years ago, Jack met Sarah, 28F, and they fell in love. I was thrilled for them when they got engaged 6 months ago. Without hesitation, I offered to pay for their wedding. Our parents had always talked about how they'd pay for our weddings, and I wanted to honor that wish. I set aside $30,000 for their special day, which is a significant amount for me. I'm doing well in my career. This isn't pocket change. First, everything seemed fine. We had a few initial discussions about the wedding, and I was excited to be involved in planning my little brother's big day. But as weeks went by, I noticed I was being left out of more and more decisions. Sarah's family took the lead in everything, choosing the venue, the catering, the flowers, even the guest list. I tried to offer input, but it was always brushed aside with a, "Oh, we've already decided on that," or "Sarah's mom thinks this would be better." I started feeling like an ATM rather than a valued family member. The final straw came last week when I overheard Jack telling Sarah, "Don't worry about the budget, sis will cover it. She owes me for all those years of taking care of her anyway." I was stunned. I had no idea he felt that way about our relationship. When I confronted Jack about it, he got defensive. He said I was being selfish and trying to make his wedding about me. He argued that since Sarah's family was doing all the work of planning, they should have the final say in decisions. When I reminded him that I was the one footing the bill, he said, "Well, if you didn't want to pay, you shouldn't have offered. You can't buy control of my wedding." I was hurt and angry. I told Jack that if that's how he felt, maybe I shouldn't pay for the wedding at all. This led to a huge argument. Sarah got involved, crying about how I was ruining their special day. Parents called me, saying I was being petty and should just write the check without conditions. Even some of our extended family members are saying I'm being an asshole for threatening to withdraw financial support so close to the wedding date. I feel torn. On one hand, I love my brother and want him to have a beautiful wedding. I made a promise, and I hate the idea of going back on my word. On the other hand, I feel completely taken for granted and excluded from an event I'm supposed to be bankrolling. So, Reddit, AITA for considering not paying for my brother's wedding after being excluded from the planning process? Edit 1. Wow, this blew up overnight. Thank you all for your comments and support. I'll try to address some common questions. The wedding is planned for 3 months from now. Yes, it's a short engagement. I haven't officially withdrawn my offer yet. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to handle this. To those asking about my own relationships, I'm single. I've been so focused on my career and taking care of Jack that I haven't had much time for dating. Some have asked if Jack has always been this way. Honestly, no. This behavior is new and shocking to me. Edit 2. A lot of you have suggested that I might be dealing with unresolved grief and misplaced sense of responsibility. You might be right. I've been thinking about seeking counseling to work through these issues. Edit 3. Clarify about the money. The $30,000 was supposed to cover most of the wedding expenses. Sarah's family was going to contribute some, but the bulk was coming from me. Edit 4. Many have asked about my relationship with Sarah before this. We were never super close, but I thought we got along well. This situation has definitely strained things. Edit 5. I'm overwhelmed by the suggestions and support. I've decided to have a serious talk with Jack, laying out my feelings clearly. If that doesn't work, I'll consider scaling back my contribution significant. Final edit. Thank you all for your insights and support. After reading your comments and doing some soul searching, I realized this situation goes deeper than just the wedding. I've decided to take the following steps. I'm going to have an honest, heart-to-heart conversation with Jack about our relationship, my feelings, and my concerns. I'll make it clear that my financial support doesn't mean I don't deserve respect or consideration. I'm scaling back my contribution to $10,000. It's still a generous gift, but not one that will leave me feeling resentful. I'll give them a heads up so they can adjust their plans accordingly. I'm stepping back from any involvement in wedding planning. It's clear my input isn't valued, so I'll let them handle it. Most importantly, I'm starting therapy next week. I need to work through my grief, my sense of responsibility towards Jack, and learn to set healthier boundaries. After the wedding, I'm going to gradually reduce my financial support for Jack. It's time he stands on his own 2 feet. This experience has been a wake-up call. While I love my brother, I've realized I've been enabling behavior that's harmful to both of us. It's time for our relationship to evolve into a healthier, adult sibling dynamic.